Is the bull market coming back, or is this a trap where a bunch of people are gonna lose money? We're gonna cover everything you need to know in this video. As you know, if you go on CoinMarketCap, a lot of the coins have been pumping. Bitcoin is at 35,000, Ethereum almost touching 1,100. So obviously people are kind of bullish on the market. Now, if we're looking at the greed and fear index, right now we are in that greedy territory, right? Everyone I'm talking to in the space, they're saying bull market's coming back. This is the bottom signal. It's going up from here. Now, typically when this happens, things don't always go up. Sometimes it's a trap. Sometimes people overinvest in the wrong time because they can't hold it long enough. When people are greedy, that's where people make money, right? When people overinvest, that's kind of the time to sell in some senses. But I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. It's really up to you. Do your own research. That's just my general sense where things can pull back. But from most VC crypto kind of people that I know, they're all kind of speculating that the bull run will come back in 2024. But the challenge is that the macroeconomic looks like it's going into a recession and things aren't looking as good as people think. Kind of like two things, right? People think the bull run is coming back. People think that crypto gaming is going to take off. But at the same time, the market overall is kind of going down. So what's going to happen? I don't know. We'll have to see. And you have to also know, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, like a lot of times there is manipulation in the market. Who is manipulating it? Who knows? You know, I'm not going to point any fingers, but the market caps are small enough for big institutions to make a difference in price. So always keep that in mind. Now let's go ahead and get into some news. So currently on my Twitter feed, a lot of people are talking about The Simpsons. The Simpsons just launched their Halloween special episode, and it's all about NFTs. I haven't seen the episode yet, but obviously they're mocking NFTs. But a lot of people are making jokes of like, oh man, this is the sign of the bull run. This is the bottom, right? Is it really? Not really. You know, it's just an episode of The Simpsons. But at the same time, you have to think like if The Simpsons, which is a mainstream cartoon, is talking about NFTs, maybe the whole idea of NFTs and expensive monkeys might be coming back into the mind share of the common people, right? It doesn't mean this is a signal of the bull run, but it just means that obviously that NFTs is big enough for the mainstream to make fun of it. So that is, you know, attention, right? If a small percentage of the mainstream adopt NFTs, then that could be a market right there. What's really interesting is that there's this NFT project called Springfield Punks, and you want to think of it like a meme project, right? There's no utility, there's no nothing. It's just people trying to make money by capturing the narrative, right? So obviously this is going to be a team that is very experienced in launching these projects. You know, I wouldn't say it's a rug because they're not really promising anything, right? But it is a project meant to help the founders of these projects make money fast, right? So you can definitely see this is a professional team that probably have dozens of projects, and they can launch a project literally within one day, right, from start to finish. So it is a professional project launching team. And apparently it is a free mint, right? You always want to think like, all right, if it's a free mint, how are they actually making money? From my guess is that they probably minted their own supply because they control the supply as long as they manipulate the floor prices. So let's say they just bought all their own floors, pumped a lot of volume on it, spread the narrative on Twitter. So you always want to think like, okay, if it's a free mint, what incentive does a team that has the skill to launch a project in one day have? Obviously, it's to sell their NFTs, dump it on the market. So now when we are looking at the charts over the past few days, it actually went from a 0.4 at the peak, and now it's all the way at 0.04, right? So that's a massive drop. So obviously, this is going to be one of those things where a lot of people are making money, a lot of people are losing money, and it's really a game of musical chairs, right? There's no brand here. There's not trying to build for long term. It's just capturing a narrative, getting people to buy into crypto, and then from there, they're going to be winners and losers. Like I mentioned before, could these NFTs be manipulated? Could they be pump and dump groups orchestrating all of this? That's highly possible for something to rise so quickly and fall so quickly. So you'd always want to make sure you understand the game and be safe out there. All right, next project we're going to talk about, it's going to be Meme Coin. So as you know, Meme Coin recently launched their token a couple days ago, and by all metrics, people say this is a huge success. Now we're looking at the price of Meme Coin. It's at pretty much like 2 cents, right? And is that good? Is that bad? Well, pretty much how it worked is that if you held, you know, captains and other MVP and other Memeland assets, you were able to participate on the fire sale, different allocations depending what asset you have. Obviously, the more valuable asset you have, which is like the captains, the more pre-sale allocation you get. So it's really just like a whitelist to buy meme tokens at a discount, right? For those people that bought it, they're up 20 times. So if you were holding captains, you bought this stuff, you can sell it on the market for 20x. So that's a huge win for people involved in the beginning of of the whole ecosystem, right? Like if you minted an MVP, which is their, most expensive thing, and you got like captains and potatoes and all these things, then you're up quite a lot. So a lot of people are saying that this has been a good project because of their ability to make their holders money in a sense, right? Create perceived value in their ecosystem. And again, it's all perceived value, right? Because at the end of the day, there is no real product you can use for meme coin quite yet, right? They just launched their token. It's really just the belief that this will be something in the future. Now, you can also argue that the whole NFTs and all the things they've been doing for 1 year, building the momentum, is the value of the project. But in the end, a lot of people made money if you supported this project, especially in the beginning, right? Tokens that you get from holding these assets. So you buy them, then they get locked, and then over time it gets unlocked, right? So not everyone can just dump all their tokens all at once. They have to do it over time. So over time, will the price of meme coin fall? We'll have to see. It depends on Memeland's ability to create a strong narrative and get people to believe in their project. All right, next project we are talking about is going to be the Bugatti and Adidas collaboration, which is a very interesting collaboration that a car company would collaborate with athletic company. So there's going to be 99 supply. This is going to be the product. Minimum bid is 0.2, so it's clear they're doing a bidding process. You're going to be putting a bid. If you win the bid, you get the NFT, and then you are able to redeem the shoe. Shipping's pretty quick. It's going to be December, right? So that's literally next month. So that's a quick turnaround. I mean, for me, it's a little bit of a weird collaboration to have Bugatti do a shoe, but I'm sure it does work in getting attention. And maybe, Bugatti had a connection with Adidas and they're a Web3 agency, and perhaps Bugatti is looking into NFTs but doesn't want to do it by themselves, and maybe they just got the Adidas team to kind of do everything, right? That's probably what it is. That's my guess. If you're interested in these shoes, definitely check them out. Next thing we're going to talk about is going to be Yuga Labs collaboration with Magic Eden. So they're coming together to create the new Magic Eden ETH marketplace. So Magic Eden is more known for Solana, and now they're going to go heavy in ETH. You can buy and sell ETH projects on Solana already, but with Yuga coming into it, putting a lot of resources into it, especially having some of the top projects like CryptoPunks and Bored Ape, Mutant Ape, other side, I'm sure they're going to attract a lot of volume for this new marketplace. And the main thing here is that they want to enforce royalties. So, there's like this war between Blur and OpenSea and other platforms where they're trying to reduce the royalties all the way to like 0.5% or even 0%. It's not very good and sustainable for a lot of projects because in the end, the platforms just win. So by allowing these creators to collect royalties, I think we need to swing back that way again. And if this marketplace is able to capture market share just because of that, we'll see. But it's hard to say because like at the same time, from a user perspective, like if you're someone that's buying and selling NFTs, why would you want to pay the royalty fees, right? If you can save 5%, why not save 5%? I think they have to incentivize the buyers and sellers in some possible way to pay those creator fees. Maybe it's going to be a token. They have to, money talks, right? At the end of the day. So I'm curious to see how this happens. Now, Yuga Labs, they did ApeCoin. People involved in Magic Eden and Yuga Labs are no stranger to launching tokens. So maybe that could be a potential opportunity for them to kind of pay people to use their platform, but I'm following along to see how this is going to go. Now, speaking of platforms, OpenSea has recently laid off about 50% of their employees. I mean, they were at the top dog and then they pretty much got their market share taken away from Blur. Royalties went to like almost zero. So they're not making as much money as before. So now they're trying to do like OpenSea 2.0, whatever that means. And so it's a new challenge, right? So, at the end of the day, it's like crypto moves really fast. So if you're not doing the right thing and you're not making money, it's hard to be sustainable. And I also think because OpenSea is a US based company, perhaps the idea of a token may be, too close to what a security may be. Maybe that prevents them from basically rewarding their users with tokens, right? And so it's an interesting dynamic to see which platforms will make it based on country jurisdiction, right? So, I mean, I'm following along. I'm curious to know what happens, and let's see which platform is going to be the one to take it all during the bull run. And so with that said, that's everything we got to cover for this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what projects you want me to check out next, and I'm going to see you in the next one.